All right. Hello and welcome back, everybody. In our last video, you got to see how we actually take apart one of our legions, and specifically the skeleton legion builder that we're going to be using as the base figure. Obviously, we're not going to need this torso and the neck peg because we got our custom printed one here from Wolf King Customs. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and so we've got our arms pulled out, and I'm going to just kind of put these on here as a mock-up. And the reason I do that is because those are the pieces that are going to be touching, uh, obviously touching the arms, are touching the torso on either side. So our eye is going to focus on any color variation between those two surfaces, and we're going to expect to see continuity. So our job now is with paint to make that torso match the arms. So I'm going to pull these off, and in that process, this product right here is Citadel Air Typhon Ash, and not a whole lot of variation between the skeleton bone from Army Painter War Paints, but it it is different, and that's what we want. We want multiple layers, and this is just the next layer in the process to get to where we want to be. Um, are there more quicker or direct routes? Possibly, and probably. Again, this is just my way of doing it, and this is also a way that, um, having done it before, I feel works well, and I just want to share with you guys and gals in your own painting. So what I'm going to do, because this is air, is just put some in the dish here, and I'm not going to need to thin or dilute very much of it all. Could I go direct without diluting? Probably. I probably could. And have I done that in the past? Maybe. I can't remember, but I will say this: it takes very little water in this instance because this is not a base, um, to get right where we want to be. And the reason for still diluting our paint, even though this is air, which is naturally thinner than other paints, is because there's a lot of fine detail. Just in me handling this torso, hopefully it's showing up on camera, there's some bits and pieces where my thumbs or my hands have actually taken off some of the paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I'll show here. So here's where I had the paint in. I'm now pulling out the excess of that paint in my brush in my dish. And it's not necessarily a dry brush technique, but I am just going real light over the surfaces. And I'm not going to be doubling back because I have very little paint on my brush, and I'm just kind of using this feathering technique. Not lingering, not hovering in one place for very long. And the goal of this is just to create a layer, because I will eventually be going back over this with another paint and another color. So there we go. I want to get back in, just kind of jab right here, get inside those, and again, pull out the excess, get a little bit there on that ball for the neck, for the head, there we go, and then rotate around, and now I'm going to get that chest and pull out the excess. There we go. There, boom. There we go. We're going to let that dry, and then we'll come back to it, and we will hit it again with different color, different layer. See you in the next.